851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established 27.
The Boeing 737 MAX continues to be a hot talking point here on the channel and widely in the aviation industry. Today's coverage on the aircraft one could most definitely label as rather shocking, and it relates to alerts sent all the way back in 2016. Of course, this being 2 years prior to JT610, when the first 737 MAX went down. Boeing has handed over an instant message chat log that came from two Boeing pilots who were talking back in 2016. The instant message chat log was handed to the FAA, and it shows the pilots expressing their concern with none other than the MCAS system, the system that has been widely labelled by analysts and more to be at fault for the recent incidents. Reuters and the New York Times were the ones who broke the story last week to the world, and since then it's been rapidly picked up and discussed throughout the community, and it's no shock given its overall impact. The Times, who have in the past been incredibly reputable, have said that only 8 months before the pilot sent these text messages, the chief technical pilot of the 737 MAX specifically went to the FAA to avoid mentioning this MCAS in the manual. However, the problems do not stop there, according to Reuters, who said that the conversation also went into how a Boeing pilot was struggling specifically on the simulator. Reuters sourced this information from a former Boeing test pilot who specifically has knowledge on the simulator. As we know, Boeing has been testing their 737 MAX software with pilots, the FAA, and more over recent months to ensure that the fix is going to be implemented and eventually approved by all the appropriate authorities. As they are not testing the aircraft in the actual skies, they are using flight simulators, so this piece of information that it was messing up all the way back in 2016 is certainly something we did not expect, and something we probably should have known. In regards to the timeline of these conversations, it took place in November of 2016. Now that's actually 4 months before the type was even certified by the FAA, and of course 2 years before JT610, as I mentioned earlier in this video. Comments also shared directly to Reuters from lawyers and former pilots showcase how the MCAS in the simulator was simply running riot and will give those in the cockpit crazy numbers, error notices, and a whole lot more. The entire article, which dives more into the exact comments from lawyers, will be linked in the sources information of the description for you below. The FAA commented on the news of the conversation surfacing, saying, "The FAA finds the substance of the document concerning. The FAA is also disappointed that Boeing did not bring this document to our attention immediately upon its discovery. The FAA is reviewing this information to determine what action is appropriate." The entire situation with the MCAS is an odd one in my honest opinion, while I'll definitely hold my hand up and say that the entire technical side of aviation is one I'm still yet to grasp. MCAS has shown clearly through reports, conversations, 2 incidents, and more that it was simply not up to the standard, and it had its issues that were maybe covered up. Frankly, I can only describe it as one word, and that is messy. What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments section below, and as always, thank you very much for tuning into another one of my videos, and I also appreciate the patience. The 737 MAX is a very, very popular topic, however, it has almost been censored here on YouTube, and have been consistently pulling ads from the videos. Essentially, I just want to wait until they are approved to then get them out. See you all in the next one.